Good morning, everyone. This is Chris with South Bay Tech Gurus offering you free interaction for 3 days a week, 10 a.m., Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. This will probably be a short offering since I don't have a whole lot going on today. Here I am. Say hi. Give me an interaction. Give me a phone call at 855-434-8787. Or show up in the YouTube chat and say hi there. Yes. Not a wildly busy day today. I do appreciate everyone that shows up. This is only going to be a success long term if you show up and give me an interaction. That's all I am here for. Yes, if I find something interesting online, I'll talk about it, but that's pretty much it. All right, let's see here. What's in the tech news? Let's see here. Interesting tech news. It's not so technical that people would glaze over. Yes. How are you, everyone? Let's see here. I guess the new Facebook Messenger has been upgraded with encryption. There you go. Let's see here. Looking for something to talk about. I just don't have that much to offer today. Apple has launched a new safety guide for AirTags, following reports that they have been used to stalk people. Well, this has been news for a while. Apple has launched a new safety guide for AirTags, following reports they have been used to stalk people. All right, Apple has released new safety information for its AirTags tracking accessory. It follows various reports about people being stalked with Apple's AirTags. Apple's safety guide tells people that what to do if they feel like their safety is at risk. I wonder what it says. The company's personal safety guide on its website was updated with new information on how people can check if they're carrying an unknown AirTag and what to do if they hear the AirTag alert or receive a notification. Yes, the latest gadget from Apple is basically a tracking device. I personally have several Tiles, which came first, and I guess because Tile doesn't have the luxury of using phones with quite the efficiency Apple is, it'll be interesting to see if Tile just disappears over the year in the coming 2 or 3 years. Apple has all sorts of clout. The one thing that offends me that Apple did is not put a hole in it. So you have to buy an accessory to add these AirTags to your keys. I'm not going to do it. I'll wait for the next generation. That's my boycott. Go ahead and fix it in the next version, but I'm not buying the AirTag if you're going to have me spend another $20 or $30 on a piece of rubber or a piece of leather to attach an AirTag that you could have very easily, just for no effort at all, put a hole in. Noise up front here. Anyway, okay, the guide, which Apple has intended for people who are concerned about AirTag technology, which enabled abuse, stalking, or harassment, also explains how to check for AirTags using Android devices. Oh, interesting. Yeah, you probably have to go to the Apple website if you have an Android device. That's interesting. Apple says in the safety guide that someone who feels that their safety is at risk can contact their local U.S. law enforcement who can then liaise with the company. Interesting. Mike, how are you? Is Apple better than PC? No. They're equals. They have their benefits and they both have their downsides. There's a premium you pay with an Apple, and there are technical reasons that you would pay that premium. But no, one is not better than the other. It's almost like when you own more than one car. Generally, one of those cars is going to be a different kind of car than what your other car is. It's multiple vehicles. I mean, if you're out in the desert, do you want a 4x or do you want a Lamborghini? If you don't have access to a road, a paved road, that Lamborghini is not going to do you nearly as well. So, the Apple computer is a different animal. Tell me exactly what you want to do, and I'll tell you if the PC is better. In general, no. One is not better than the other. AirTag, let's see here, where was I? Apple did not immediately respond to the insider's request for comment. The company confirmed to TechCrunch the safety guide was updated on Tuesday. AirTags, priced from $29, are intended to help users keep track of their personal items. However, the device has come under scrutiny after reports emerged of its use among people who have experienced stalking and harassment. I do wonder how they're attaching these things. I mean, if you're not dropping them in someone's bag, you're literally having to tape or glue them to some place. I just don't understand why Apple didn't poke a darn hole in them. Okay, I do understand. They're getting extra money for accessories. They're almost in collusion with all the accessory manufacturers at that point. Police in Canada warned in December that thieves were using AirTags to track high-end vehicles to owners' driveways and then steal them. Yeah, well, it's news because Apple's a huge player in tech. The Tiles have also been used for this, but of course they're the minority player, and the numbers they deal with are smaller, so they haven't gone viral. And they have holes poked in them. A smarter physical design. The Guardian reported January 20 that a woman said an Apple AirTag had been inserted into her coat pocket while she was in a restaurant, and she had been tracked for 4 hours. CNBC and BBC have also reported people receiving notifications that they've been tracked by unknown AirTags. Apple updated its privacy setting for AirTags in June to make the device beep at a random time between 8 and 24 hours after being separated from its owner. Well, that's interesting. That's a fairly big gap if it's 23 hours. I kind of wonder what happens if a stalker knows you well enough that your only device is an Android phone. How does an Android warn a victim? I mean, they're not talking about that, are they? I mean, if an Android is 50% of the general population, and someone doesn't have any other Apple devices in their possession, what happens? Here's another article that's about the same thing, I guess, from ZDNet. Well, that's interesting. Mike, are you in the? I mean, I fixed your computer a year ago. Are you in the market for replacing it? All right. Yeah, it's basically more of the same. Let's see here. Yeah, the AirTags are great when used properly, except that there's no hole in them. So attaching them to your keys is just got to spend an extra $20 for a piece of rubber. It's stupid. And I don't think I'd trust a snazzy piece of rubber to hold on to it. It's going to get popped out. All right, yeah, that's just the marketing of spend $30 on the device and another $30 on a piece of rubber that cost us half a cent to manufacture. I'm just a cranky old man. Yale scientists invent wearable COVID detector that can tell you how infectious it works. Oh, God. I'm not finding it here. Let's see. Not finding anything. Apple is reportedly turning phones in credit card payment terminals. Not finding anything else interesting to read about. Just don't have that much going on today. Sorry. Yes, if you've never been here before, you've stumbled across an IT guy offering free interaction for as much as you want. Custom wood design. Hi, this is Chris.
Bruno, you have a...
Hi, this is Chris.
Yes, I'm looking for someone who can get data off of our hard drive, external hard drive.
If it's external, I wouldn't probably be able to help you. I can refer you to a recovery specialist, but that's its own skill set for someone who only does that.
Okay. So who would you recommend?
The only place I've heard feedback from other customers is back east. They're going to charge you. My hard drive died in Georgia, and they're going to charge you about $50 to assess the situation, and then they'll sell you another drive with your stuff on. And I think the total bill will be somewhere around $1,000.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
that's not what I'm looking for.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, even if you go local, I'm told that the pricing starts at as little as a few $100s, but more realistically, most people end up spending around $1,000 anyway.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well I appreciate your. And what was the name of that place?
My hard drive.
Local?
Local. I don't know because I haven't heard any feedback from people that have gone local for success anyway. But myharddrive.com, I've sent maybe 20 or 30 people there, and I've had several good thumbs up responses as far as their success.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
Okay, I
myharddrive.com.
appreciate it. Thank
Sure.
you very much.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Sure. That's why I beat everyone up over backing up. I know. You got to hire someone like me before you buy your hardware so that you can future-proof your data. Have 2 hard drives, one plugged in, one sitting on the shelf, and then weekly rotate them. So if one fails, in fact, you might even once a month or once every few months have a third one off-site in another building. And then, of course, your cloud backup is great, but I wouldn't consider that a reliable backup because you could potentially get viruses that infect your local data. And if it's a virus that encrypts your data, encryption is not seen as a virus. So the backup utility will just back it up arbitrarily. So that ransomware, which was a major problem just a few years ago, I haven't seen many of those viruses lately. Yeah, that's why you want to back up physically separate from a network. The only foolproof way to not get a virus is to not connect to a network outside of your home. A lot of people don't want to deal with the hassles. That's why if you hire someone in the beginning, when you're buying all your hardware, sooner than later, have someone like me direct you. I understand. It's frustrating. It's not your cup of tea. You don't want to deal with it because it's boring. It's something to glaze over. But yeah, once you get it done, taken care of, you really want to document what things are done too. And then just date. When I say write this down, it's because I want you to date it and know exactly what was done when. Because even if you have to fire someone like me, you can take that documentation, hand it over to my replacement, and that person's going to get a vague understanding of what's going on. You're going to end up saving yourself money because that'll be less time for them to have to figure out what's going on. And then the IT guy, part of my job is just interviewing and figuring out what the customer needs, what they have, what they've gone from. And obviously, if they're moving or transitioning from older hardware, I have to figure out what they had, especially if it's no longer working. So document anything you do, make a folder, call it the IT folder, go from there. But yes, hire someone to help you in the beginning. The sooner you hire someone, the easier dealing with your tech is. And of course, you're going to know if a technician knows what they're doing because they'll be articulate and not use verbiage that just intimidates. If you can have a decent conversation and that technician is articulate about what needs to happen, then they're probably a better fit than someone who just feels insecure and likes to use the big words and doesn't go into detail about the simplicities of what you need to deal with. So anyway, those are my wisdom words today. If you've never been here before, you stumbled across an IT guy, bored. 3 days a week. Since the work slowed down, I decided to offer up this public offering 3 days a week at around 10 a.m. Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. And I invite you to show up in the YouTube or the Facebook chat at South Bay Tech Gurus, or give me that phone call at it. 310, which phone number do I want to give you? 855-434-8787. Yes. It looks like I've been here for about 15 minutes. Yesterday was a great hour and a half. But obviously, the more busy you can drag me, the more busy I am with a conversation with you, the more I'll stick around, or the longer I'll stick around, because otherwise it's just me rambling. And of course, I'll see if I can find an interesting technical article that's worthy of reading out loud. And of course, you get to eavesdrop on the technical conversations that I have. And you can listen to me talk my way out of a job. Yeah, go over there. I can't help you. Sorry. Yes. An internal drive. When someone says they want data recovery, oftentimes the drive is not the problem. The computer was dropped. Liquid damage. You'd be surprised how often with liquid damage, I can actually get your data back, because the drive, whether it's an SSD or a mechanical drive, more often than not with liquid damage, that's not the affected part. So I'm generally able to pull that drive out, insert it into a utility that allows me to drag your stuff over to a healthy location. Anyway, 855-434-8787. I'm about to log off here, since obviously I don't have a whole lot of activity. If you want to see me more often, show up on the phone at 855-434-8787. Say hi in the YouTube or the Facebook chat. Let me go to Facebook and see if anyone's there. Let's see here. I hate that. I got my Facebook account when I click on. Alright, 3. Just don't have a whole lot going. Alright, anyway, I'm going to take off. I just don't have anything else to offer for the day. Show up tomorrow at around 10 a.m. I don't have anything scheduled for tomorrow. Give me a conversation. 855-434-8787. Show up in the YouTube chat, Facebook or YouTube at South Bay Tech Gurus. I'm going to take off. If you send me an email at Chris at South Bay Tech Gurus, or give me a phone call off hours, I will still answer. You can leave me a message if I don't pick up. Thank you. Goodbye.